I had a great life, married. I had my son. My older two children were going off into college, and one went into the Marine Corps. So it was just my younger child and myself and my husband, and it was wonderful. You know, I had my home-based daycare. Things were going well, but when you're in a domestic violence situation, things are horrible, worse very quickly. They can get really, really bad. So all of that started to transpire, and it got to a point where I needed to leave, and I needed a safe place to go. And that's how my journey began with my younger son. I think I called 211, and they gave me a list of places that were shelters. And I learned a lot. There's winter shelters, there's all kind of different things. There's places that house you really quick, but there's a special place for domestic violence. But for me, at that time, most of the shelters were full. And this particular shelter, they didn't put you in an apartment or you had one stable place to stay. You would move from church to church nightly, and you had to be there at a certain time or else you weren't let in. And if you didn't have anywhere to go, like on a Saturday or Sunday all day, you would wait around until they opened the facilities for you to go at night to sleep. It was really hard. It was very challenging. And then when you got there, there were times that, you know, you weren't welcomed or the way you would have expected being homeless. You know, you thought there would be a little bit more compassion. And I don't remember the gentleman's name, but he was the facility, like over where the place that we were, and he referred me to Door Hope. So I called Door Hope, and I got an interview. I came in, and let me tell you, okay? I know every time I tell this story or someone asks me how was it, it's almost unbelievable that, because I didn't know homelessness could look like this. You get to Door Hope, you meet wonderful, and I have to say it, believers. And that's what I met. I walked home. I drove to my home. And it's a domestic violence shelter that I walked to. And I was handed keys to an apartment, fully furnished. Refrigerator, food, 2 beds, couch, gift cards for necessities, essentials, things that you need. I walked into life. After being at the other shelter, okay, Door Hope was a godsend. When I opened the door to the apartment with the key that I only possessed for my son and me, as I said to people before, I just laid on the floor and did the angel wings. It just felt so good. It was just for me. And there was no other questions asked, you know, and it was, you're home now, we'll talk later, you'll have a case manager, and we'll work from there.